Death isn't easy, be it the death of a spouse, death of a parent, or death of a child. So what does the Bible say about grieving? Today we learn how to comfort somebody who is in grief. We learn what to say and what not to say. Being there for somebody during this hard part of life is tough. So join us for today's video so that you don't make it even harder. All that here today on Faith Unchained. Hello, Unchained family. This is Faith Unchained, teaching you to break the chains that bind you. Now, if you're new to the channel, I want to take this time to welcome each and every one of you. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new and this is your very first visit to our page and you haven't subscribed yet, please help us to continue to grow by hitting that subscribe button and clicking on the notification bell so you get weekly alerts. And I do want to apologize to you guys as we didn't make a video last week. The reason for that was because last week was my dad's Pastor Appreciation Day and we had two services, so I decided to not make a video for last week, and I do apologize for that. I'm sorry for the inconvenience, and I appreciate you guys being patient with me. So really quick, if you haven't seen the last video that we did, reasons why people miss out on their spiritual breakthrough, the link to that video will be down below in the description for you to go and check out. And before we get started, I want you guys to leave your comments about if you have ever had to comfort somebody during a time when they have lost a loved one, and if you've ever felt awkward about it. Why? Because you didn't know what to do or you didn't know what to say. And because of either of those things, you didn't do enough or you said too much and it pushed them away. Please let me know your comments and I'd love to hear from you. So losing loved ones, it's one of the most painful experiences that we'll ever have in this life. And when someone we care about experiences it, because we don't know what to do or say, it can be very frustrating. And for most of us, we don't say anything out of fear of saying too much and ending up making the grieving process more upsetting than it already is. And most times, a lot of us just give these platitudes and cheesy cliches or unbiblical statements like God needed another angel. I myself had to learn the hard way that this does absolutely nothing to help the grieving party. And only one of two things happens. So, A, the grieving party pretends to be better off for having heard what it is that you said. Or B, they just want to simply rip out your tongue and stick it where the sun doesn't shine. Most times, the best condolence is just simply being there for that person, but unfortunately, it doesn't happen that way. Many times, we feel the need to eliminate the suffering of others, and that only leads to doing more harm than it does good. We must understand that grieving is natural, it's necessary, and it's healthy for a person to go to, because it's impossible to recover without having gone through this process. We must also understand that it's not our job to hasten this process, no matter how badly we want to help this person because we don't like seeing somebody we care about in this pain or the suffering that it is that they're going through. Nobody wants to see that, but we have to understand that it's necessary for them to do this. And we must understand that we have to allow them to process this grief, how they feel they need to, in a healthy manner. So what I mean is by their tears, with their words, by silence, or by anger. It's moments like these where it's tough not knowing what to do or what to say. But just a simple, I'm sorry for your loss, and letting that person know that you're praying for them is sufficient. God has equipped the human heart to be able to handle these life-changing losses a little bit at a time. So it's not up to us to rush this process. For those who are grieving, knowing that there's a safe listener there, and knowing that they can say whatever it is they feel they need to say is a comfort to that person. Being a good listener is the best gift that we can give to those who are grieving. So then, how do we comfort somebody who has experienced a loss? Now another Unchained moment! Oh, hey. These are moments where I share my experience with whatever topic we might be going over. I share what it is that I've learned in hopes that you not only hear it, but you take it and you apply it to your lives in hopes that you don't get led astray. So, here are some of the things that we shouldn't do when it comes to comforting others. Number one, don't assume a person needs space. So, if a person means anything to you, truly, then they want and need to hear from you, whether they say so or not. And when we fail to reach out, not only does it add more pain to what they're experiencing with their loss, but it's adding more fuel to the fire because it's making them angrier at those people who claim to be close but failed to show any genuine concern in their time of need. Number two, don't talk too much. And if you get the urge to, shut up! Remember that. So use wisdom when it comes to speaking. Because if you don't, we already don't know what it is we should say. And when you don't know what you should say, you're going to end up talking way too dadgum much. That's a problem that I have struggled with. It's during times like these, doesn't matter how spiritual what you're saying is or how secular what you're saying is, there is nothing that you can say that's going to remove or lessen that person's pain. Big no-no statements that I want you to refrain from using during this time. There's three. The first and most commonly used is they're in a better place. The second, it was just their time. Or the third, you will see them again in the future. The thing is, not only do we not know if these statements are true for this particular individual that they just lost, but this person is not interested, nor do they care to hear how they're going to see their deceased relative in the distant future, nor do they want to be reminded of their own mortality. It's important to note that during this time, they're dealing with the reality of their loss right now. So they don't want to hear about the future. Now, what people should do when comforting others. Number one, we should pray for them. And not only should we pray for them, but we should also ask if we can pray with them, if they allow us to. So what this does, it encourages them to know that you're praying on their behalf, and you're already doing a stand-up job helping just by doing that right there. So number two, we should be present. So when we go back to the story of Job, Job lost his health, he lost his wealth, he lost his children, and he lost his friends. But when we look to Job, 2nd chapter, we see that his friends were just simply there. Their presence did more than any words that they can ever say. So how do we go about being there for the ones that we care about? So we can do this periodically by reaching out during anniversaries if they lost their spouse, or reaching out on the birthday of the deceased person, or during the holidays. Now, all three of these are events that can trigger past memories. So it's very important that you just simply be there for that person. Number three, we should offer practical support. Obviously, this person's still going to be in a state of shock and denial, and they're still struggling to process this, so they might not be able to do certain tasks. So we should first start off by asking how it is that we can help. Maybe watching their kids, maybe inviting them over for dinner, taking them out to a movie, right? Offering to buy some of their groceries, maybe helping around the house with some work, or just simply buying a gift card. Any of those seven would work. So number four, be patient. Be patient. This is very hard. I know it's very hard, because one of the things that we hate, one of the things that I know that I hate seeing somebody that I love and care about in pain. I hate to see them suffering. And I know it's the same for a lot of you. And we want to be quick. This is what worked for me. This is what helped me. And we want to try to share that with him. But slow your roll, because they're going to retaliate and respond in a way that you might think, what the heck, man? Why'd you do that? I was just trying to help. You think you're helping, but they take it as an attack. So that's a sign, hey, don't pass any judgment on this person, and be patient with them during this process, because it works differently for a lot of people, right? They're not going to respond to certain situations in a way that you would, and it might take them a little bit longer to recover than it did for you. So patience is very important. What you don't want to do, I want you to visualize this. This person you care about, they're in a little pretend cave. It's dark in there. You can't see, and you don't want to go in. But they're not ready to come out. They want to sit in the darkness for a little bit. Okay. So here's you. You're out here throwing a rock in the cave, trying to poke or prod at them. What might end up happening? You might not have thrown the rock in there that hard, but they're going to throw it right back at you really hard. So it's important that you don't do that. Just be patient and wait for your opportunity, because eventually they're going to come out of the cave. And then As soon as they ask for help, there's your opportunity. There's your opening. But you gotta learn how to be patient. Guys, that's it for today's video. But before we close, I want to know your thoughts as to what are more ways that we can help to comfort our friends or loved ones. I want you to leave your thoughts down in the comments below, and please leave me other questions, comments, or suggestions that you might have about today's video or any future video that you might want to see, and I'll do my best to get back to each and every one of you. Now, here at Faith Unchained, we teach you how to get spiritually fit. But if you're looking how to get physically fit, then I don't want you to look any further, because here at the Nashville Dojo on 13260 Lebanon Road in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, we make fun and effective workouts that are tailor-made just for you. So whether it's one-on-one, group, or boot camp, TriFit is the right fit for you. And I do want you to go and fill out one of my contact forms. The link will be down below in the description. If you're interested in doing a free week of training with me, I want you to fill that out, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And I do have another favor I want to ask of you guys. So we do have another channel. It's called TriFit Bootcamp. I'd ask that you guys please go and subscribe and check out all of our content that's on there. So we have workout videos, nutrition videos, and workout tips. All right, so please like our content and share it with anyone and everyone you know. And really quick reminder, I want you to go and check out the last video that we did, the reasons why people miss out on their spiritual breakthrough. If you like what you saw, share our content, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click on the notification bell so you get to see videos like this one in the future. Guys, thank you for watching. This is Faith Unchained, teaching you to break the chains that bind you.